shooting, scoring! And what a snipe!
Oh, he smoked them like a Christmas ham, as we say.
Back cross ice, what a save by Laurel! History has repeated itself! Greater Sudbury has won back-to-back NOJHL championships!
The puck is dropping soon, and there is tons to cover. What's going on, folks? I'm Alex Bashevansky. Another game day is upon us. And here's what you need to know before the action kicks off today.
Trying to look for a tip from Walker, and he deflected it just wide. Here's another chance. Horgan from the slot fires and scores! Spencer Horgan, and the Cubs get on the board first, and who else?
The Cubs struck first against Espanola last night, and they would add to it late in the first period.
Here are the Cubs on the defensive zone draw win. Newton for Walker, looking back maybe for Newton. He's going to the net, he gets it there, and he scores! There's goal number 99 for Nolan Newton. 2-0 Sudbury on a beautiful passing play.
And Newton was chasing a milestone last night, but he gets absolutely hammered right there at the bottom of your screen by Levi Lux. Moments later, though, the Cubs hit again.
What a hit by Levi Lux on Nolan Newton. Here come the Cubs, so Caden Lawn from the slot, walking, firing and scoring! Caden Lawn streaks through down Main Street. Points in a season with 27 last year, and he got it again this year, but doing it in 20 less games. Here's Horgan with a beautiful move through the middle. Bails down, the rebound is pushed in, they score. And who else but the former King? It's Grant Booth scoring against his former club. It's 4-0.
Finally, though, down 4-zip, Espanola gets on the board. Read the box. Will rip home the power play marker right there to make it a 4-1 game. In the third, though, Owen King picking up yet another hat trick. He now has 30 goals on the campaign, and he had 4 points total last night. And then up 9-2, it was a milestone moment for Nolan Newton.
With a record of 12-0-0-1 in their last 13. And again, pushing that point streak to an impressive 20 games. Walker across! Newton scores! And there's goal 100 for the French River kid, Nolan Newton. And they are going to save the puck.
What a career Newton has had. Also in this game, Mason Walker picked up his 100th NOJHL point in the first period, which brings us to the Spencer Horgan watch. He is chasing the all-time NOJHL points record for a defenseman. Spencer racked up 1 goal and 3 assists last night. That puts him now just 4 points away from tying the record that was set by Noel Kaya. I hope I pronounced that right. All the way back in the 1980s, so we will keep watching Spencer closely. Today's game previews brought to you by Rogers. Great deals happening now. Rogers shop today. And why are we leading off here with Blind River taking on Kirkland Lake? Well, big playoff implications in this game, as you'll see in a moment when we get to the standings. But the Beavers are 2-0 against the Miners so far this season. Blind River at the moment is 3-7 over their last 10 games, while Kirkland Lake are 2-6, 0-2 over that time. Here's the standings, though. Look at that battle for 8th spot, which Blind River currently holds with 28 points, just 2 ahead of both Iroquois Falls and Kirkland Lake. So tonight's battle means everything. Then you've got Sudbury on top, followed by Timmins, Hearst, Powassan, the Thunderbirds, the Paper Kings, and the Sioux Eagles in 7th spot. Other games taking place tonight towards the upper part of the standings. The Rock taking on the Voodoos. The teams have split 2 games so far this season. Of course, the Voodoos snapped the Rock's 21-game winning streak last week. Timmins has still won 22 of their last 24, though. The Voodoos, 6-3-1-0 in their last 10. Should be a good one. And it's a border battle between the Sioux Thunderbirds and the Sioux Eagles. The T-Birds are 2-1 against the Eagles so far this season, and the Thunderbirds 4-1-1 over their last 10 games, where the Eagles are 7-1-2. Primetime player from last night, well, we're going with Mason Walker. Not only did he pick up his 100th career NOJHL point, he had 5 points in the game, 1 goal and 4 assists in that big win over the Paper Kings. And your play of the day. Brought to you, of course, by BrokerLink. Auto, home, and business insurance. BrokerLink, life is confusing. Your insurance shouldn't be. They may have lost the game, but Logan Vale, this is one of the stops of the year for sure.
Because McCartney, if he plays that in the semicircle, that's an interference penalty. Here's an front pass for Newton. What a stop by Logan Vale. Oh my goodness. Nolan Newton left all alone in front with goal 100 on his stick, and then Logan Vale took it away.
And that's all the time we've got for today. But just remember that all throughout the NOJHL season, you can stay up to date with everything that's going on with the league by checking out its official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Good evening and welcome inside the Powassan Sportsplex for Voodoos hockey here on a Friday night against the Timmins Rock. The Voodoos are coming into this game 6-3-1 in their last 10 games, where the Timmins Rock are scorching 8-2. However, one of those two losses was a 5-2 win for the Voodoos against the Rock a week or so ago, Tuesday, January 20th, in Timmins, to break up that very impressive 21-game winning streak. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Harrison Clements. And Harrison, should be a good one here on a Friday night.
Well, we had a heck of a game last weekend as the Greater Sudbury Cubs and the Voodoos tied, the first tie in the Voodoos organization since that rule was implemented just a season ago, and a storied history between these two. As you mentioned, a big win actually for the Voodoos, 5-2 back on the 20th, and the Rock since that time have clinched the second playoff spot so far in the NOJHL, the first being the Greater Sudbury Cubs. It looks like 59 points is the magic number in the standings. Hearst sitting at 53, the Voodoos at 49 entering this game here tonight.
Yeah, both teams, as you mentioned, or as Alex Bashavansky mentioned, towards the top of the standings on the game day video, and it should be a good one. We heard about a couple of milestones for a certain team west of us. There's a couple of milestones in this one to look forward to as well for the Voodoos. Justin Russo, the captain, he had an assist with the Cubs against the Cubs last Friday. He's now got 99 points in his career. The hardworking Voodoos captain is in his third campaign with the team and has played 128 games. The former Trapper is 10th all-time in Voodoos scoring since the franchise originated in 2014, whereas Caleb Dawson is closing in on 100 points as well, as he sits 16th overall in franchise scoring with 93 points, and he's had 5 points in his last 2 games as he pushes towards the century mark. And really, Caleb Dawson and Justin Russo and a few Voodoos players have really taken their game to the next level since the start of December, Harrison.
Yep, Caleb Dawson closing in on 100 points, sitting 16th overall in franchise scoring with 93 points. Dawson has 5 points in his last 2 games as he pushes for that century mark.
On the other side of things, Calendar's Nolan Mason, if we're talking about local stuff for the Voodoos, he's playing for the Timmins Rock. His older brother, Ethan Mason, played as an affiliate player for the Voodoos in 2019-20 in that impressive season that got shortened because of COVID. He skated with the Voodoos also during the canceled COVID season of 2020-21, and both brothers are former AAA Trapper players, which there's never a shortage when you watch the Voodoos play of former Trapper players in the lineup.
There is a lot of former Trappers, absolutely, Courtney. We are looking at a couple of re-additions to the lineup. Voodoos will see the return of defenseman Devin Brown to the lineup, while defenseman Bruce Ray remains day-to-day. Jack Pereira, who left Friday's game versus Greater Sudbury after being hauled down in the second period, is also back with the team. But they're not the only addition. We see Voodoo, who spent some preseason time with us in the back of goalie position, Courtney.
Yeah, Matthew Lyon, he's joined the team for the second half as Cole Verugdenhill remains with the battalion. The 2006 birth year from the Chicago area, attended Voodoo's training camp and started the season with the Elmira Impact of the USPHL Premier. However, his team folded earlier this month. The 6'5", yes, 6'5" netminder was 4-6 this season with a 405 goals against average and a 902 save percentage. He split duties with Derek Champagne in the game in which Derek Champagne got his roster spot against Kirkland Lake in New Liskeard. However, he's not starting tonight. It is Derek Champagne. And of note, Bruce Gray is in the lineup tonight for the Voodoos as well. Late addition to the lineup. We'll be back after the national anthem. All right, let's tell you a little bit about your starting goaltenders. Both these goaltenders faced it off a week or so ago in Timmins. In net for the Timmins Rock is Aidan Mullen. In 18 games, he's 13-3 with a 301 goals against average and a 903 save percentage. Now on the flip side, we have Derek Champagne. 21 games, he's 13-5 with a 288 goals against average and a 916 save percentage. It could very well turn into a goaltending duel like we saw not necessarily last Friday against the Sudbury Cubs. Also of note, they moved Champagne's numbers down in that game. They gave him 39 saves instead of 49 saves, so he finished with a sub-900 save percentage in that game, in which he was the hero for the Powassan Voodoos.
An absolutely fantastic game from Derek Champagne, and he's only gotten better as the season has gone along. A continuation also from last game is the starting lineup for the Voodoos. That line of Russo, Bradley, and Kupel, a team that can win physical battles early and gain possession, will be starting off with Marcus Kratz and Dylan Roussel on the back end.
And we're underway here. The Voodoos win the draw back. The Rock are in their right now home whites, but on the road today, they're going left to right as Roussel gets in there, trying to get a shot away. It was blocked. The Voodoos are playing in their alternate black jerseys. And it's Barriana coming in. Barriana with a nifty move, can't quite get past Kratz, and now Roussel picks it up. The Voodoos are going right to left. Kevion plays it back to his D partner and is back up the ice. Kratz now with it in his own zone. There's lots of speed here early. First 30 seconds, Paradiso gets the puck back to the point. Timmins with a shot from distance. That bounced off a stick of a player, and now in his own zone, Bonsignor tried to get it out. Now it's flipped back into Voodoos territory. It's Roussel. Roussel behind the net. He's one of those Voodoos players who's taken his game to the next level. Nice pass up for Owen Head. Head flips it down the ice, and Lefebvre got a chunk of it, so no icing. Bradley chasing after it. Bradley who's yet to change off. It's up, but it's Bruce Gray who's back in the lineup now. Bradley flips it back in. Gray, one of the trade deadline acquisitions, acquired from the Espanola Paper Kings, played for Iroquois Falls earlier this year as well, and before that, the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners last season. Good to see him back in the lineup. Puck flipped out. It's in the skates of Kupal. He flips it right back in as this line quickly back out. We saw it change, and now they're back out again. Down the ice, Brown flips it back in as Kupal. Kupal with a shot from distance. That one's turned aside by Aidan Mullen. Puck right back towards the Voodoos end. It's Bouchard. Bouchard, the former Cub, flipped that one down the ice, and it's going to miss the net and go all the way back into Timmins territory. Now here we see that high-flying line for the Voodoos of Pereira, Saginaw, and Dawson. And it's flipped down the ice. Pereira, who was taken out of that game against Sudbury last week, good to see him back. Jax Pereira, he scored a couple of goals in Timmins. Has it in the middle of, or has it on the sharp, or the half wall rather, and then a sharp angle shot from Saginaw is saved by Mullen. Down the ice, and that one's going to go the Voodoos' way for icing as Kratz was half a step ahead of his man, and we'll get a stoppage here in an offensive zone draw for Powassan.
And Timmins started off early and gained some solid possession, but the Voodoos defended well and ran it back the other way. You can see the coaching strategy very early with the quote-unquote grind line for the Voodoos out. Try to get that time in the zone. If they don't get that time in the zone, they get off, switch strategies.
That line will grind you to a pulp for sure. Played in, Roussel flips it out. It's just out of the reach of Mason. Now it's boys for Barclay. Barclay, sharp angle, or sharp, I can't speak today apparently. A backhand chance from distance is stopped by Mullen. And this is also a very Timmins Rock, or different Timmins Rock team than the one that we saw when they started their winning streak, Harrison, when they were here in Powassan last. As Brant Romanuk has left for the BCHL. He had 49 points in 24 games this season and was named to Team Canada East for the World Junior A Challenge, which took place in December. He was the lone NOJHL representative in that game, and he is fun to watch. However, Timmins has kept rolling, even with his absence, as Jasoni going back down the ice. No icing called there. Jasoni flipping it out of the zone. It's picked back up, however, by Timmins. Good chance there, blocked by Gray. Puck back to the blue line. Kevion sends the puck cross ice. That one misses the net. Jasoni on his side now. Battling for it. He's taking off the puck. Head gets to it. Head chips it around his man. And it gets to Lefebvre on the far side. Lefebvre flips it around behind the net again. Jasoni picks it back up. Jasoni in the corner. Tried to get it for Bond Sr. However, they do say it was touched, so there's no icing. Sear now with the puck. Sear going for a skate. Trying to dipsy doodle his way down the ice. He does, decides to get it back to Kevion. Kevion takes a sharp angle chance. That one's blocked as well. Now it's picked up by Bagley. Bagley, who blocked a lot of shots in that Sudbury game. I'm sure he was feeling black and blue last Saturday. Has the puck now. Bagley, head fake, gets around his man. Now he's going for a bit of a dipsy doodle skate here. Bagley turns around. Doesn't like what he saw, so he dumps it in deep. And that's Russo who's in tight. Now it's Kupel. Kupel, who would have played against the Timmins Rock a few times playing in Iroquois Falls, not being very far from Timmins, before he was acquired in a trade earlier this season by the Voodoos. Now the puck down the ice again. Brown gets to his man right in front of the penalty box. Puck comes loose. Bradley gets to it at his bench. Can't quite hold on to it though as the puck comes in. Brown flips it right back out. Timmins with it in the neutral zone again. Bouchard has Kupel there. Good stick by both of them as the puck comes loose and Timmins dumps it right back in. Now it's Roussel chasing after it. Roussel leaves it behind the net. Brown trying to get around his man. Picked up by Timmins again. Back to Bouchard at the point. Bouchard had it knocked away from him, but he still keeps the puck in. Now Paradiso to Caddick. That's a good shot there, turned aside by Derek Champagne. Now Bouchard with a shot from distance. It's blocked by Russo. Russo plays it up for Kupel. Now Kupel up for Bradley. Bradley knocked off the puck though, and Paradiso once again with it. Now it's Bradley picked it off. However, he wasn't in an area able to shoot it. And now it's Sear. Sear going cross ice, gets to the middle of the ice. Good chance here for Timmins. Backhanded shot is turned aside by Champagne. Now Bradley in his own zone. Flipping it back down the ice. He gets it up for Saginaw. Saginaw. Cross ice for Pereira. Pereira goes back cross ice for Roussel. Roussel just has to dump it in. Saginaw battling for the puck, trying to get away with it. However, Timmins picks it up and they get it to the blue line, but kept in by Kratz. Kratz plays it back for Pereira. Back to Kratz. Kratz from distance. That one's blocked and it's back to Kratz. Kratz dumps it in deep. It's going to come around on the near side. Timmins gets to it. However, out front, it rolled right to Pereira, and he just fanned on it, sending it into the corner. Now Kratz again at the corner, or at the point rather, back in for Saginaw. Saginaw back to Kratz again. Kratz cross ice to the near side for Roussel. Roussel cross ice for Saginaw with all the time. They chance right there. Save made by Mullen on the Voodoos' first grade A chance of the game. Coming in at 6 minutes in this first period, and now it'll get icing against Timmins, and they've been out there for a while defending.
What a fantastic cycle by the Voodoos, getting in deep, opening up those passing lanes, and as the Timmins defenders started to get more tired, those lanes started to become more apparent, especially on that last play from that pass down from the point by Roussel. Just some great pressure by the Voodoos here, just over 5 minutes in.
It was Boys off the draw, now got it out front for Barclay. Barclay couldn't quite get the shot away, then he does, and Mullen kicks it to the corner. It was actually Pereira on the far side that had all the time in the world too on that play. It wasn't Saginaw like I said. Barclay plays it in deep again. Landry plays it to the near side, got it to Boyce, back for Landry. Landry back out front for Barclay, tries to get a shot away, and his stick broke. Now Landry with it in the corner. Landry still battling for it on the half wall. Couple of broken sticks on the ice now, and finally Timmins gets the puck out, and we'll try and get a beleaguered group off the ice. Not all of them can get a change though, as the puck back at the red line. Gray has it. Gray flips it over to the far side for Landry. Landry dumps it right back in. Now Kevion goes and picks it up. He overskated it. Landry gets to it, and it's pinned against the boards. Landry still battling for it. The puck comes loose, and now Timmins picks it back up. Timmins finally out of their zone, gets it down the ice, and it's flipped in for Beard. Beard with a shot. Champagne standing tall, making the save.
Voodoos continue that pressure and doesn't bear many more chances, especially due to a broken stick, some more drop sticks in the corner, but Timmins counterattacking fast. As soon as they're able to clear that blue line, they're able to move with speed and break out really effectively. Their passing is one of the best in the league, and you see why there. They break out and they get the shot and they get the ozone time right back.
Off the draw, Bagley got it to Bond Sr. on the half wall. He dumps it right back in deep though. Mason gets to it. Good stick by Bagley, disrupts him. Now the puck back to the point. Timmins with it. Kevion has it. Another point chance and another save made by Champagne at the top of his crease.
And another prime example there off the face-off win behind the net. They cycle back to the top and immediately get it to Kevion, who has an open passing lane just because the puck movement is that quick from the rock.
Voodoos going with their offensive line here again of Pereira, Dawson, Saginaw. They're going to get out of their zone quickly. Bagley flips the puck around on the far side. That will get it out. And Sear has to pick it up. Sear has Pereira on him. And he quickly gets the puck down the ice. Near side, trying to get across ice. Couldn't quite get it to Beard. Now it comes across Mason. Mason takes a shot. That one bounced off the glass behind the net. Nearly came out front. Dawson with it. Dawson plays it over to Bagley. Bagley behind his net. Bagley flips it down. Good bat out of the air for Timmins. And now Pereira just muscles his man to the ice. Pereira tried to flip it over to Saginaw. Saginaw would have been all alone, but it's off the skate of a Timmins defender. And now Timmins has possession again. On the near side, Timmins gets it out. That's Beard. Now it's Mason. Mason plays the puck to the far side. Now it's back for Beard. A good stick there by Roussel. Knocks that one away. Now Roussel gains the blue line. Plays it back for Saginaw. Saginaw looking cross ice. He had Landry. Now Roussel with it. Roussel trying to get into shooting zone. He does! Dylan Roussel! And the Voodoos are in flight here. It's 1-0 on Roussel's 10th of the season.
And that play happens because of the secondary effort from Ryan Saginaw in open ice. Tries to make the move, sticks with the play, and is able to get it to Roussel. Roussel using that effective stick handling and good edge work to get to a high danger area, is able to shoot past a bit of traffic and get the Voodoos up on their 6th shot of the game.
Again, I mentioned it earlier, Roussel's one of those Voodoos players that has really seen his play take off. Sorry for the pun, in December and moving forward. And to promote, for a little bit of shameless self-promotion, you might see an article on Bay Today starring the young man coming up. Wow, Dylan Roussel. As we're back underway here with Hamlin. Hamlin goes cross ice, and Timmins gains the zone. Shot from distance is blocked. Roussel battling for it and behind the net, along with Kratz. And the puck comes loose. Timmins has it. Timmins gets it up, but it's Kupel who has it. Kupel out of his zone, plays it up, was looking for Bradley. The pass was just slightly ahead of him, and the puck's going to roll in on Mullen, and we'll get a stoppage here. And a little bit of rough stuff after the whistle. And is anyone surprised that it's Heath Bradley mixing things up?
We've seen Heath Bradley get in those aggravating areas many times throughout this season. He certainly has a knack for it. And another guy that has a knack is Ryan Saginaw for getting points as he picks up his 52nd of the season, his 29th assist of the season on that play with Roussel.
He's been a wonderful addition to the Voodoos since coming over at the trade deadline last year. Going for a skate. Timmins gets it into the zone. It's back behind the net. Timmins once again. Now it's played back into the corner by Lefebvre for Jasoni. Jasoni tried to get it to Bond Sr. Now it's picked up again by Jasoni. Jasoni to the far side. Gray. He gets it down the ice, and that should go for icing against the Voodoos. Bond Sr. beats it out, though. As Bond Sr. now plays it in deep. Head has it in behind the net. Head looking through his options, plays it back around. Bond Sr. came in. He's in the corner. Head takes a spill. Now the puck again along the boards. Gray pinching in, couldn't quite keep it though, but Head was there for support, and Head dumps it right back in. But thanks to this being the Powassan Sportsplex and having a very low ceiling, the puck is off the ceiling and out of play.
And a great effort from Bond Sr. to recognize the situation, notices the defender isn't quite getting back, and establishes an offensive zone chance for the Voodoos. It's just a heads-up play to try and make something happen.
Face off right here at the blue line of the Voodoos. Brown has it, plays it for Bagley. Bagley up, couldn't quite get it to his man as he was tied up. And now the puck back into Voodoos territory. Battling along the wall. Still battling along the half wall here. The puck is tied up. And now Brown gets it up and out of the zone. And picked up by Kim. Kim to Kevion. Kevion down the ice again. Timmins gains the zone again. Landry in there. And now the puck back to the half wall, and Barclay picks it back up. Barclay tried to get it to Landry. His pass out of his reach. And Kim has it again. Back in. Bagley picks it up. Bagley gains the red line. Dumps it in. Not very far though. As Timmins picks it up. Now it's up for Power. Power skating in. Cuts to the middle. It's back for Kevion. Kevion with a shot. Champagne made a big save on that one as it was redirected at the last second. Now to the far side. Another chance from distance. Turned aside by Champagne. Kim to the near side for Kevion. Kevion with another shot. And that's another save for Champagne, who saw that one all the way. And with that whistle, with 8:58 left on the clock, we'll be right back after our mid-period break. And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for the second half of period number one. The Voodoos currently lead 1-0 on a goal by Dylan Roussel earlier this period. Shots on goal, 6-8 in favor of Timmins, who got a few shots away on that last shift. But Derek Champagne doing his job in net as he's done all January for Powassan. Pereira wins the draw back for Kratz. Kratz behind the net. Plays it up for Saginaw. Saginaw finds Dawson on the near side. Dawson flips it in. Pereira chasing after it. Pereira in the corner. Tried to flip it around. It's picked up, though, by Timmins, and out they go. Going for a skate. That's Barriana. Barriana on the far side. He has... His man was all over him, but that was Roussel who took a spill. Paradiso. As the puck's out. Now Dawson might have a break. Dawson walking in. He got a bit of a fan shot away as a stick got in the way. And it was saved by Mullen. Dawson, who's been on fire as of late. You don't want to see him barreling in. Now Champagne plays the puck to Kratz. Kratz up for Dawson. Dawson with some room. Carries the puck in. Dawson off to the far side, or into the near side. It's played back behind the net as Sear gets to it. And now once again Timmins through the neutral zone to Beard. Beard out front. Sharp angle chance stopped by Champagne. And Roussel plays it around on the far side. Saginaw out of his reach. Sear dumps it right back in. Now to the near side. Dawson will get there on the half wall, and Dawson tries to just flip it out. As he does, Bouchard played it out of the zone, and the linesman says he was out. And Bouchard's trying to plead his case a little bit there on the offside call.
Shots 9-7 in favor of the Rock right now. And a couple solid scoring chances all around. Of course, the one that went in for Powassan. But stark contrast from the Cubs game to this one is there hasn't been a lot of scoring opportunities off the rush. It's all been off grinding along the boards, establishing the cycle, and getting those shots from around the net.
Another sharp or long distance shot rather from Sear. I don't even think he gained the zone. Now it's picked up by Bond Sr. up for Lefebvre. Lefebvre chips that forward, gets a hit from Bouchard, and now Beard plays around on the far side for Sear. Down the ice it goes. Jasoni picks it up in the neutral zone. Jasoni for Lefebvre. Lefebvre back for Gray. That one's knocked away from him as it hit a skate. Head plays it back for Jasoni. Jasoni going for a skate, got it to Bond Sr. Bond Sr. Nice move there by Bond Sr. Plays it out front, and that one was tipped on net by Timmins on a nifty play by Bond Sr. Now it's back to head at the blue line. Another shot and another save made by Mullen. His ninth shot against and his 8th save of the game on a very dangerous play on a defensive stick by Timmins.
Well, it seems to become a game of follow the bouncing puck once you enter the Timmins Rock zone off of the first goal, and then another sequence there where it seemed like everyone was swatting at the flying puck, bouncing around, and the Rock do a good job at clearing their net front to keep this a one-goal game.
7 minutes left, 13 minutes gone. Simple math. Look at me go. Bagley at the point takes the shot. That one got through. Mullen made the save, as that one could have been dangerous, as Bagley just feathered that one along the ice. Now out front again, Brown, who was pinching. Couldn't quite get the shot away, though. And Timmins get the puck out. Good stick there by Rousseau. And now Bradley takes his man hard into the boards right at the Timmins bench. Now it's Kupel who plays it back for Brown. Brown near side to Bagley. Bagley takes a shot from distance. Mullen makes another stop on that one, as that one came before Bagley even got in the zone. Now we have some more rough stuff, as that is Lucas Lowe, who took exception to Bradley's hard play along the boards, as it was Lowe that he took hard into the boards earlier.
And that's Heath Bradley doing what Heath Bradley does, getting under the skin of the opponents, throwing them off their game, taking the distraction away from the play, and making space for his team to make plays happen.
This line, like I said, it'll grind you into a pulp. Rousseau, Kupel, and Bradley, they are not going to make it easy for you. Now Timmins MacArthur up for Lowe. Lowe tried to get it back to MacArthur. Now it's Rousseau, tries to get it up for Kupel, as that looks like Kupel was tied up a little bit. No call coming yet, as we've had a clean period so far. Lowe plays the puck up for Hamlin. Hamlin looking through his options, skates back into his zone. Now he's through the neutral zone. Up for MacArthur. Good stick by Roussel to get in the way of that one. Now MacArthur has to go back to his own zone. MacArthur back for Kevion. Now he goes cross ice looking for Kim. Now it's picked up again in the neutral zone. Another good stick by Kratz. And Timmins dumps it in on the offside, so the Voodoos have time. Roussel from his own zone tried to flip it out, and he gets it back to Kratz rather. Kratz through the neutral zone. Both him and Roussel leading the rush. Kratz left it behind for Saginaw, and now the puck comes out. Roussel has to go back and get it. Now Dawson walking in. Dawson, sharp angle, threw it out front. That one went right through the blue paint. Now Saginaw knocks the puck away from his man. Pereira chasing after it. Pereira knocked off the puck. Now it's Saginaw out, or Dawson rather, tried to get it over to Saginaw. That one just missed. Now Dawson again. Dawson out front. Pereira was on the doorstep. Back to the blue line. Jasoni with a shot. That one hit a body and went wide. This line from the Voodoos, man, when they get you hemmed in their zone, they're a scary bunch to try and stop, as we get a icing call here against Timmins.
And we see a perfect example of how Peter Goulet likes to roll his line. Again, he has that grind line of Bradley, Rousseau, and Kupel out there just wearing down defenders, and then as soon as there's any bit of space, he gets out the Pereira, Saginaw, and Dawson line, and they just generate chances. Paired up with a guy like Dylan Roussel, shots towards the net are guaranteed.
Yeah, that's all out offense, and you have Roussel and Kratz out there with those three. Gray from distance. Mullen just saw that one all the way and gloves it down. And we'll get another stoppage here. 4:52 left on the clock.
There's been flashes of some strong offensive pressure from the Timmins Rock, but it feels like they get a couple of chances, get cleared and get out, and the Voodoos have just been sustaining the zone time more effectively.
Off the draw, Head wins the battle. Picks it up, plays it around into the corner. Still battling. That was Bond Sr. And now Head chases over it with some great speed. Got it to Lefebvre out front. And the puck is back to Bagley at the point. Bagley with a shot from distance. Mullen saw that one, and he makes another stop there, and we'll get a stoppage here with 4:34 on the clock.
There's been a lot of shots fired by the Voodoos through traffic from the near side of the blue line. Defensemen just trying to shoot through traffic, trying to beat Mullen, but haven't been able to get through so far.
Bouchard with the puck off the draw. Bond Sr. took a spill. Now it's Bouchard walking through the neutral zone. Stops up. Bagley throws a hit. Bagley plays the puck around on the far side. It's picked up by Sear at the point. Sear from distance, a good block by the Voodoos. Now it's Bond Sr. on the half wall. Bond Sr. got it back to the point, but Bouchard kept it in. Bouchard feathers it forward. It's now into the corner, and Power plays it to his man. Far side, Sear comes in. Sear plays it back for Power. Power behind the net. Walks out front, good chance, good stick by Bagley to knock that one away there as it was in the slot for Timmins. Could have been dangerous. Now Timmins will just dump that in, and Bagley will chase after it. Bagley behind his net. Bagley comes out, gets the puck up the ice for Head. Head going for a skate, he flips it in, and that one goes out of play, so we'll get a stoppage here. 3:39 on the clock. Shots are now 12-10 in favor of Powassan.
And still the shifting battle between these two, as Timmins just trying to establish a foothold. They'd love to get one back, but the Voodoos clearing the net front effectively, something they've increasingly needed to do as the season's gone on, and it cost them a few times last game against Sudbury.
Cavillon with a shot from distance. And now the puck on the near side is Landry. Landry tries to flip it out. Cavillon sends it right back in. Paradiso on the far side. Barclay got to it as well. Now the puck out front. Good chance for Timmins. They couldn't get the shot away. Kratz up for Barclay. Barclay for Boys. Boys, he's just going to dump it in as the puck bounced away from him. Cavillon tries to get to it. He does. Now it's Paradiso on the far side. Barriana couldn't get the puck. Now it's Roussel who's going to skate past his man and get it all the way into the rock zone. Roussel out front for Boys. Boys couldn't quite get to it. Mullen somehow makes the save as there's a whole bunch of bodies whacking away at the puck as Boys nearly got in there, but the puck just bounced away from him at the last second.
It seemed Boys approached the net front, and then the puck just disappeared into a mass of sticks and players, and somehow Mullen was able to track that. He's been doing an excellent job of tracking through traffic, through some chaos in front of his net or shots from higher up in the zone.
And the Voodoos scored a really nice goal through traffic last game with Bond Sr. getting one against Sudbury. So through traffic has been working. I mean, that is the way to score goals. Take away the goalie's eyes, right? Bouchard plays it around to the far side. That's Sear. Now it's down the ice. Sony just had it pop away from him. Gray will chase after it into his own zone. Gray behind his own net. Caddick's there. Caddick takes away the one side. Gray comes out with the puck. Gray plays it up the ice. Saginaw just out of the reach of him. Now Gray still whacking away at it. Got it into the Timmins zone, but no further as Bouchard has it. Leaves it for Beard. Beard going for a skate to the outside. Plays it in. Now it's Pereira with the puck. Pereira leaves it behind. Gray gets to it. Got it over to his man. Now the puck comes to the near side. Dawson will get to it. Dawson flips it down the ice, and chasing after it will have to be Sear, but Saginaw is hot on his tail. Pereira down there as well, but the Voodoos peel off. And now Sear comes out from his own net. Under 2 minutes in this first period. Now it's Pereira with the puck. Pereira flips it behind the net. It's Brown. Brown just decides to tie things up at the boards with Mason on him. Now he plays it around to the far side. Bagley will chase after it. It's picked up again by Timmins. Timmins behind the net. Plays it out front. Beard got a shot away. It was a little handcuff though, and now the Voodoos clear it. And down the ice it goes. Mullen out to play it, leaves it for his man. That's Hugeson. Playing it down. Flips that one in. Bagley will get to it. Bagley. Minute 10 on the clock. Bagley looking through his options. Plays it up for Head. Head. Leaves it for Lefebvre. Bouncing puck. Lefebvre gets a shot away. And Mullen kicks that one aside. Puck stayed in bounds. Head. Plays it around behind Bond Sr. Now it's Roussel. Roussel. Sharp angle chance, throws across ice. And Mason's going to chip that one down the ice. Now Kratz will pick it up. Kratz tries to send it back out. Now he picks it back up. Kratz Down the ice it goes. Roussel got a stick on it, so no icing against the Voodoos. 40 seconds left in this period. Puck back to Kratz. Kratz sends it right back in. Now Timmins behind their net. Low on the far side. Tries to skate around his man. Kratz knocks him to the ice. And now we'll see our first penalty of the game as Marcus Kratz is going to go off. And the Voodoos fans aren't fans of that. 24.7 seconds left on the clock. And Marcus Kratz is going to take a penalty as he lined up his man and Lucas Lowe went down.
Odds are the call will be for some sort of tripping as they zoom toward each other. And we have 4 on the board.
Double minor for Marcus Kratz.
So most likely kneeing the call then.
Russo wins the draw. Brown chasing after it in the corner, plays it around. Bagley will pick it up, and Bagley's going to send it down the ice. That should kill most of the period, what's left, with 13 seconds on the clock. Timmins has to be quick here. Sear from his own zone. Sear going through the neutral zone, walks in, leaves it for his man on the far side now. It's Sear behind the net. 2 seconds. Puck comes out, and the Voodoos clear it from in front of the net, and we'll have the end of our first period of play here. It's 1-0 Voodoos. Harrison, hectic period. 14 shots for the Voodoos, 12 for Timmins. How are you feeling?
A lot of back and forth offensive zone time for both these teams. I feel like the Voodoos get the edge in keeping up the pressure, creating more dangerous opportunities, but Timmins certainly had some chances of their own. The Voodoos are doing a really effective job at shutting down the rock on the rush. It's where they're very effective. They have quick passing, pinpoint, and they're able to generate space really effectively. So active sticks at the blue lines have really made a difference for Powassan, as well as clearing the net front. There's been a couple of chances, but Powassan has done a good job of supporting their goaltender in Derek Champagne. I would say a very disciplined period from both teams until about the last 24 seconds, I believe, was the call. So we'll be back with 3:35 on the penalty kill and see what the special teams has in store for us, Courtney.
Of note, thank you, Harrison. Of note, Marcus Kratz came right out of the box and went right up to the referees, I think trying to ask where he went wrong on that play. To me, it was pretty bang-bang. I could see the argument for kneeing, but again, it looked like he had just lined him up for the hit, and Lowe tried to get away from him, and so more of an incidental contact in that. I don't think Marcus Kratz went out there with the intent of, I'm going to hit you in the knee, but we'll see what happens here after this first intermission. I'm Courtney Harrison. We'll be back with more on the other side of this.
Welcome back to the Powassan Sportsplex. We have a fantastic game between the Timmins Rock and the Powassan Voodoos here tonight. After 20 minutes of play, the Voodoos are up 1-0, and they will be entering the period, killing off 3 minutes and 35 seconds of a double minor handed out for kneeing. But there's not this only game tonight in the league. We have the Blind River Rapids and the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners tied at 1 after 20 minutes of play, and the Sioux Thunderbirds are up 1-0 over the Sioux Eagles, the Sioux team from Michigan, halfway through the first period. The score currently 1-0 thanks to Dylan Roussel in this game, with assists from Jax Pereira and Ryan Saginaw.
We were just talking about this during the intermission, but the Sioux Eagles started the season 0-9 and are now 17-19. They're almost back to 500. That is unbelievable. What a great stretch of run games for the Sioux Eagles. They might be one of the hottest teams in the league right now, Harrison.
They may be.
As we're getting ready here, the Voodoos in their alternate black jerseys are going left to right, and Timmins in their home, usually, at least this time of year, white jerseys are going right to left. Again, 3:20 on the double minor. Sear up for Lowe. Lowe walks in, gets it over to the far side. Chance, and that one hits a body, and the puck goes out of play. So we'll get a stoppage here again with 3:17 left on that double minor.
Well, the Voodoos operating at a 26.2, wrong stat, at a 83.7 on the penalty kill. Meanwhile, the Timmins Rock are second in the league with 30.2% on the power play. Fantastic power play numbers.
We saw the Voodoos last weekend stymie Sudbury's power play, which is number 1 in the league, but they gave up 2 shorthanded goals as the Voodoos get the puck out. Kim with the puck, or rather Sear. Sear loses it. Now it's into the corner for Brown. But the Voodoos gave up as the puck goes out of play on that one. 2:58 left on the double minor. However, the Voodoos gave up 2 shorthanded goals when they had the power play last weekend, Harrison.
They did. It was a strange turn where it was kind of net zero due to each power play. They got scored on, then immediately scored back.
And it's almost like you didn't want to see Powassan get a power play as Timmins wins the puck out of the zone. You wanted to see them on the penalty kill just because they were at least stopping Sudbury. But on the power play, yeah, they were giving up some shorthanded opportunities. 2:40 left on this double minor. Paradiso carries the puck in. Walks to the middle of the ice. Plays it to the far side now. Back to Paradiso with a shot. Champagne looked a little bit awkward on that one, but he got the glove on it anyways and made the save.
Well, the Voodoos have been one of the least penalized teams in the league, with the Sioux Thunderbirds with 131 times shorthanded. The Voodoos second with the second least at 147, and then Blind River with 148.
We'll see Blind River tomorrow. And again, eyes on that Blind River Kirkland Lake game with the playoff standings or playoff implications, as Russo doing everything in his power to get the puck down the ice, and he does. 2:20 on the power play. Kim from his own zone gets it up for Mason. Mason flips it to the far side. That one missed his target, but they still pick it up. Now back to the blue line again. Kim gets a shot away from distance. They score as that one snuck through the 5-hole of Derek Champagne. And that's going to be a power play goal for Matthew Kim. And with 8 seconds, with 2:08 on the clock for the power play, Timmins only loses 8 seconds on the power play.
And it was an initial save, it looked like, from Champagne, but a slight bobbling of the pads as he slid over seemed to push the puck the extra little bit to tie this game at 1. And it took a little bit for the Rock to get set up as they got the puck kicked out of the zone a few times, but just a far shot through a little bit of traffic is enough to beat Champagne to tie this.
Voodoos still having to kill the penalty now for 1:50. Kupel going after it in the offensive zone, trying to get away with the puck. However, it's knocked away from him. Now it's Mason, near side for Kim. Kim, the goal scorer, getting through the neutral zone. Now he gets it back to Mason, kept in though by Paradiso. Now it's going to be Kupel who gets it down the ice on the backhand, and Mullen will have to play it. Mullen leaves it behind the net. Barriano with the puck, left it for his man. That's Sear. Sear gets it down the ice. Bagley will stop it up at his blue line, and he's just going to take some time. Timmins didn't realize what he was doing, and then they had to send a couple of men on him. Mullen, Kupel nearly got the puck away from him in minute 10 on the power play. Kupel doing everything in his power to keep the puck in Timmins territory. Now he loses it as the manpower just overwhelmed him. Now the puck to the middle of the ice. That's Hamlin to Sear. Sear skates the line, plays it back to Hamlin. Hamlin plays it up. Roussel makes a good play. Now the Voodoos get it back out, and that's had 45 seconds left on this power play. Low, twisting and turning. He can't quite get anywhere, so he just stops up, plays it up for Beard. Beard leaves it for MacArthur. MacArthur to the middle of the ice is Sear. Shot on net. Champagne made the save. Rebound was there, but the Voodoos cleared it away. Now it's Pereira. Pereira sends it down the ice, and that'll go all the way in. Mullen has to play it as it was close to his net, 20 seconds. Sear has the puck. He's going for a skate through the neutral zone. Nifty pass there to Hamlin on the far side. Hamlin with speed. Skates to the near side, gets around Roussel, still has the puck. Roussel, though, with a good stick, knocks it away. And now it's picked up by Pereira as Kratz is ready to come back on the ice. Pereira cuts to the outside. Pereira walks in. Pereira got a shot away. And Mullen made the save there, but Pereira draws a penalty on the play. And that one was a bit of a dangerous play as Jax Pereira was taken out of the game last weekend on a play similar to that. But this time, the Voodoos will get the man advantage, Harrison.
Well, a smart move by Pereira to sort of stall up and neutral ice, like Kratz get back on the ice, sort of open up a little bit of the attention for the Timmins Rock, and then as he crosses over, makes the similar power move as we saw last time and puts the Voodoos on their first power play of this game.
Bradley on the draw, wins it to the far side. Saginaw plays it back, a well-read play, but Bagley's able to keep it away from his man. Now it's given away by Saginaw, and away go the Rock to Barriana. He sends it in deep. Bradley in his own zone. Bradley bobbles the puck, plays it back for Bagley. Bagley behind his net. Waits for his man to skate away from him. That was Barriana. Now he plays it up for Dawson. Dawson gains the zone on the far side, plays it to the middle of the ice for Barclay. Barclay's backhand chance hit a body, and it goes down the ice. Bagley leaves it for Saginaw. Saginaw now looking down the ice. Saginaw gets around his man, going for a skate, walks in, plays it to the near side for Dawson. Dawson on the half wall, plays it back to Bagley. Bagley fakes the shot, plays it to Saginaw on the far side. Saginaw to the near side for Dawson. Dawson with a shot. Mullen makes the save on that one. And now the puck comes away, and Bagley will pick it up in the neutral zone. Bagley flips it over for Saginaw. Saginaw back for Bagley. Now Bagley going for a skate. Bagley putting on the speed. Bagley walks over the blue line. Stops up, leaves it for Dawson. Dawson carries the puck to the far side. He takes a shot from distance, and Mullen makes the save with under a minute left on the man advantage, and the Voodoos will change units here.
Timmins Rock doing a really good job of shutting down the Voodoos, taking those passing lanes away, effectively clearing. They've burned already around a minute 20 off of this power play.
Off the draw, it's Russo, but Timmins wins it. Bouchard has it, and Bouchard sends it all the way down the ice. Champagne out to play it, as he's going to leave it and play it around for Pereira. Pereira in the corner, plays it around on the far side for Roussel. Roussel bobbles that, plays it near side to Kratz. Kratz getting his first taste of the ice here in this period, plays it down for Russo. That'll go not for icing as Russo got a piece of it. Now it's played into the corner. Pereira pokes it out front, and that one's back into the corner now. Roussel battling for it. Coming in is Russo. Russo trying to get around his man as Bouchard plays him hard into the boards. Now Pereira back to Kratz. Kratz plays it to the far side. That's Boys. Back for Kratz. Kratz near side for Pereira. Good shot. Sent away on that one. And now Beard tried to spring his man for a shorthanded break. Pereira's shot was blocked. Now Russo back to 5-on-5. Russo to Boys. Boys far side. They shoot, and Roussel put it over the net. Perhaps one pass too many, but still a nice try by the Voodoos on that one.
A great rushing opportunity by the Voodoos on the counterattack, but an even better zone clear to start that out of the zone from an excellent block by Brady Bouchard. Almost sent his team the other way, and another penalty killed off for Timmins.
Timmins off the draw, trying to get out of their zone. Head making life terrible on the far side as he comes away with it. Couldn't quite stop up with the puck, though, as Timmins sent it down the ice. Etheridge flips it in. That's Gray with it. Gray flips it back to the near side. Sharp angle chance off the side of the net. Now Jasoni trying to flip it out. Couldn't quite get it past Power. Etheridge battling for it. Jasoni in there as well. Still battling in the far side wall. A good poke there by the Voodoos, but they don't get it out. Now the puck played to the middle of the ice and chipped down the ice by Powassan. And kicked back down the ice by Timmins. Walking in, taking the shot. That one's well wide. Secord with the shot from distance, and Champagne stops it now. A Timmins player, that's Power, in the middle of all of that as he was right in Champagne's face off that play, and Powassan took exception.
Just stir the pot a little bit, checking out the scenery from the blue paint, see what it's like.
He just wanted to see the new paint job on Champagne's helmet up close and personal.
It is real nice. It is real nice. But Timmins pressing really effectively after that opening goal. They've kind of had their foot on the pedal for most of this period. 13:32 remaining in the second. Shots now 17-16 for the Voodoos.
Off the draw, Hamlin couldn't get a shot away as that was a good block by Kupel. Now the shot goes wide. Bradley picks it up. Bradley plays it up for Russo. Russo flips the puck down, chasing after it. However, Lyon's going to get to it, Lowe rather is going to get to it first. Kupel still battling for it. Russo comes away with it. Russo back to the point for Bagley. Bagley with a shot. Russo on the doorstep. Puck is still loose, and Timmins collects it. Now Kupel into the corner. Russo plays it back, trying to get it to the point, but it never got there. As now Hamlin. He's lined up by Bagley. Bagley throws a big hit, knocking his man down. And Braden Bagley, he's a tall man. I wouldn't want to run into him. Now it's Lowe. Couldn't quite get the puck away from his man. Brown flipping it down the ice as Kupel takes a hit and is knocked down by Sear. MacArthur walking in. His body's flying everywhere. MacArthur, sharp angle chance, tried to get it in. Couple of whacks at it, and that's turned aside by Champagne. Now Timmins knocks the puck out of the Voodoos zone, and Bradley chasing after it. Bradley walking in. Bradley tried to play the puck into the middle of the ice. He's just going to flip it far side, and that one's going to actually go out of play by the Zamboni Doors, and we'll get a stoppage here with 12:19 on the clock.
A couple of bodies hitting the ice as the physical play of that Bradley and then Bagley on the back end, just throwing their weight around and making sure Timmins know they're there. Before that, an excellent chance right in front of Mullen through a screen, trying to go for the rebound, but Mullen, again, doing a fantastic job of tracking up close.
Off the draw, Timmins with possession in their own zone. It's Kim, the goal scorer. Kim looking through his options, plays it up for Caddick. Caddick can't get around Kratz. Kratz back on the offensive strike, try to get it up for Barclay. Barclay almost sprung himself, but he kicked it too far, and it rolls in for Mullen to get the stoppage.
Voodoo's trying to generate a couple of those quick chip passes up past to send their guy on a break. We've seen a couple of chances like that through this period, but Timmins is seeing the play develop very effectively and shutting those down.
Boys on the draw, puck won by Timmins, though, the other way as Hamlin has it. Hamlin gains the red line and dumps it in. Chasing after that will be Kratz and Paradiso. Now he plays it for Landry. Landry up the ice for Boys. Boys flips it into Barclay. Barclay alone takes the shot. Save made by Mullen. What a big save made there by the goaltender. And now Timmins the other way with numbers. Good play by Barclay to come across. That'll be an offside if Timmins plays it. Boys with it. Near side. Roussel now skating through the open ice. Roussel loses it. Barclay with it. Plays it over far side. Shot again. Another big save made by Mullen. Kratz with the puck in the neutral zone. Barclay gets it in deep. Chasing after it will be Boys with Kim. Boys in the corner to Barclay. Barclay plays it back around. Boys picks it up behind the net. And he's hauled down. Puck back to the blue line. Flipped back in by Gray. Now Timmins will come away with it. Going the other way. Flipping it in. That's Beard. Lost it to Kim, though. As now Dawson springs up ahead, trying to get it to Saginaw. Saginaw will beat out the icing. And then the puck comes loose. Now it's back for Jasoni. Jasoni with a shot. Pereira tips it. That one saved by Mullen as well. Voodoo's offense coming fast and furious here. There's a couple big saves made by Mullen in the last 2 minutes. Sear back at the point. Dumps it right back in. Jasoni Tries to knock his man off the puck. Now the other way. Puck at the end wall, picked up by the Voodoos. Jasoni on the far side. It's up for Dawson. Dawson gets it out. It bounces away from Saginaw, though. And now Jasoni picks it up. Jasoni avoids a hit, chasing after it into the offensive zone with Saginaw. And now coming loose is Bagley. Bagley with the puck. Tried to flip it down the ice. Armitage picks it up. Mason to Armitage again. Back for Sear. Sear with a shot from distance. That one's blocked aside by Champagne. Puck in the corner again. Puck is loose into the end wall. Gray not there as Armitage gets to it. Right down the other way is Secord. Secord into his own zone as he's going to play the puck down the ice. Bagley plays it out front. Now it's Head. Head with the puck. Got it back. Was looking for Bagley. Bagley had a couple of rock all over him. Couldn't really make the play. Now walking back in. Timmins takes a shot. That's blocked. Mason. And it comes loose for Bonsignor. Bonsignor plays it to the far side for Brown. Brown flips it forward, getting it to Lefebvre. Lefebvre loses the puck, though, quickly. And is picked up by Timmins. Timmins in their own zone again. That's Power. Power through the neutral zone. Walking into the Voodoo zone now as Power walks in. Takes a shot. Champagne makes a save. Rebound is right there. Champagne. A couple of big saves made by the goaltender there. As the puck is now loose, Bonsignor falls awkwardly into the corner. And it comes loose again. Lefebvre this time gets it out of the zone. Got it up for Head. Head quickly hit his man. And now Timmins getting some pressure their own way. Power tries to get the puck back out front. Bonsignor sends it right back down the ice and is picked up again by Timmins. That's Kevion. Kevion through the neutral zone. It's picked up by Kratz. Kratz tries to get it out. Now it's Head who does get it out. Head going for a skate. Sharp or shot from distance, and we'll get a shot and a save on Mullen here. And with 8:21 left, we'll take a quick breather on our mid-period break. We'll be back with more on the other side of this.
And we're about halfway through the second period of a 1-1 game between the Timmins Rock and the Powassan Voodoos. And we just came back from one heck of a sequence between both teams, just rushing chances. The Voodoos go the other way, and then Timmins comes right back with some high-danger chances. Derek Champagne had to make a big save during that last piece of offensive zone time from the Timmins Rock. But Aiden Mullen had a handful to shut down the Voodoos. As
we get a quick shot here, and a save by Mullen. Yeah, he made a few big saves. Aiden Mullen, very impressive indeed. And Derek Champagne, well, we talked about this could potentially be a goaltender duel, and so far, it's really come down to it. Both goalies have faced pretty much the same amount of shots, 21-20, in favor of Powassan by 1. And right now it's 1-1. And both goalies are kind of looking at anything you can do, I can do better.
It's kind of felt like a game of skate or pig where you're like, all right, here, let me set the shot, now follow that up. And it's just been a trading of impressive chances and impressive saves either way, as it looks like the faceoff's going to shift to outside the Timmins zone.
Head coach Peter Goulet is going to get a talking to here from the referees. They're going to explain why the faceoff is coming out. And here comes that grinding line again of the Voodoos. Off the draw. It's won by Timmins. Kim has it in his own zone. Kim down the ice, got it to Lowe. Kratz picks it up though as Roussel gets it right back out of his zone. However, it's picked up by Timmins, but a good stick by Bradley. And now Kim has it in his own zone again. Kim takes a hit from Bradley. Rousseau takes a hard hit on the far side by Lowe. And now coming away with it is MacArthur. MacArthur, however, that's going to be offside. And we'll get a stoppage here as a couple of Voodoos run into each other on the far side. This Rousseau and Bradley.
Just a bit of a step behind as That play is called offside, and it feels a bit different than the first period. The first period was a lot of controlled offensive zone time, cycling the puck. There's been a lot more rushing opportunities since that first Timmins goal as the ice has opened up and both teams has started to feel the pace a little bit more.
Kratz has it now, got it to Kupel. Kupel, far side for Roussel. Roussel, the goal scorer for the Voodoos, takes a shot, he scores! Dylan Roussel make it 2 on the night, as that's his 11th of the season. It's 2-1 Voodoos.
Well, we talk about opportunities off the rush, and a perfect example from Dylan Roussel as he gains the line, picks his spot just above the far side face-off dot and lets one rip. And it seemed to beat Mullen on the low blocker. What a shot from Dylan Roussel.
Dylan Roussel, hey, if he wants to tell his teammates how he keeps beating Aiden Mullen, he seems to be the only one doing so far. Both goals, it's Dylan Roussel 2, Timmins 1 so far in this game. As the young defenseman again. Impressive play all season, but he's again, and we've said it before, we'll say it again, has hit a stride at another level since December. Timmins now looking for the equalizer. It's Caddick. Far side, picked up again. Shot from distance, saved by Champagne. As Jasoni plays it up for Landry. Now Jasoni picks it back up. Landry trying to poke it forward. Picked back up by Timmins. Good skate there by Boys, but the Voodoos still can't vacate the zone. Now Jasoni gets it up, and Landry plays it. Near side, that one's picked off by Sear. Jasoni comes in, disrupting things. Now it's picked up by Timmins again. They threw it cross ice. No one was there. Now played back out front. Couldn't quite get a shot away with Paradiso. Now Landry through the neutral zone. Plays the puck in cross ice, and the Voodoos will go for a change here as they come back with that offense line. Has a good stick there by Caddick. We'll get a piece of it, so no icing. Bagley behind his net. Caddick is there, taking away the side. Now Bagley. He's going to get a penalty here from Caddick as Bagley draws one. Now Pereira walking in. Pereira plays it around on the near side for Saginaw. Saginaw flips it back around for Dawson. Dawson couldn't quite get a hold of it, and now Timmins will touch up, and they will take a high sticking penalty here. As you saw Bagley come out from behind the net holding his helmet, so that's a pretty telltale spot there as Caddick is going to go. That's Evan Caddick. He's got 19 points in 34 games this season.
So this will be the Voodoos' second power play of the game, second of this period, in fact. Unsuccessful on their first attempt, and a good opportunity to extend the lead. Marcus Kratz and Ben Kupal with the assist on the second Roussel goal.
Ben Kupal, who came from Iroquois Falls, basically had a MLB starter resume coming in with all of his goals compared to his assists. He's become a bit of an assist machine here in Powassan since the trade. Now it's Pereira. Pereira leaves it for Boys. Boys back for Pereira. Pereira on the half wall. Plays it back for Kratz. Kratz far side for Roussel. Roussel wanted to shoot it, but the puck bobbled on him. Plays it back for Kratz. Now they changed places. Back for Pereira. Pereira looking through his options. Tried to get it back towards the net. Now it's played down the ice by Timmins. Champagne plays it as he's going to leave it for Kratz. Kratz stops up, looking through his options. Plays it up for Roussel. Roussel tried to play it near side. Now it's picked up by Timmins as Barriana is going to go the other way with speed. Barriana losing it though as Kratz was right there. Now it's Roussel. Roussel on the far side. Leaves it for Kratz. Kratz plays it to Roussel. Back for Kratz. Kratz celebrated his birthday last Saturday. Got it up for Pereira. Pereira cutting to the outside. Now he tries to go around the perimeter. Plays it back around, leaves it for Bagley. Bagley, as Pereira is knocked to the ice. Going for a skate around the perimeter himself. Leaves it for Dawson. Dawson, under a minute left on the man advantage. Bagley shows shot, gives it back to Dawson. Dawson takes the shot. And the puck hits off the boards and out of play.
Aside from that first win off the face-off, the Voodoos not getting a whole heck of a lot done on this power play. Once again, Timmins just keeping up the pressure, driving the puck into the Voodoo zone as soon as they get a break, giving their guys a chance to get off. A really effective kill so far.
Bagley with a shot from the point. That's stopped by Mullen. Rebound chance shipped towards the net, and that one's turned aside. Bagley again at the point, looking through his options, plays it to Saginaw. Saginaw Near side for Dawson. Dawson with a shot. That one hit a body and goes wide. Now it's Saginaw. Saginaw taking another shot. That one's turned aside by the goaltender. Now it's Dawson again. Twisting and turning. Power play about to expire. Bagley, we're back to 5-on-5. Bagley, far side for Saginaw. Saginaw back for Bagley. Bagley winds and fires. That one hits a body and again goes wide. Dawson picks it back up. Barclay has to go off for a defender now as Timmins still can't get out of their zone. Dawson with the puck. Dawson plays it back around short, looking for Saginaw. Good stick there by Timmins, and the puck is out of the zone. That was a good stick over on the far side by Ethan Etheridge. Now the puck right back down the ice, and Powassan will beat out the icing. Bond Sr. tried a sharp angle chance, and that one fired wide and high of the net. Bagley throws that one back in, and that one bounces off the meshing, so it's out of play.
Timmins fully killing off that play, and Bagley had to be careful off of receiving the pass at the end of that power play as Caddick came out of the box flying, trying to strip that puck away, but he gets a solid shot off and extended the Voodoo zone time, but yet again unsuccessful.
Yeah, got a little bit close for comfort on that one for sure. Power with the puck, flips it in deep, played out front. Power tries to come away with it again. Jasoni battling for it in the corner. Power comes away with it. Head in there as well. Paradiso playing it into the corner. Hard hit on Head. And the Voodoos still try to get it to the blue line, but they can't get it out. Picked back up by Timmins. Shot is fanned on, so Gray plays around to the near side for Lefebvre. Lefebvre can't get it out. Another shot kicked aside by Champagne. And the puck back to the point, picked up by Jasoni. Jasoni has a man down the ice. That's Lefebvre, and that's out of his reach. No icing, though, as he got a piece of it. Now Sear and Lefebvre battling for it. Bond Sr. tried to get it out front for Head. Puck was away from him, though. As going the other way is Timmins once again. Brown, good stick to disrupt that one. But Timmins still with possession. Bouchard at the point, takes a shot. Champagne makes the save, and it's kicked down the ice by Powassan. Now Sear at the Voodoo's bench. Skates through a couple of black jerseys, takes a shot from distance. Champagne making another save. Now another shot is blocked before it can get to the goaltender. Dawson playing the puck up the ice. Lefebvre going after it. Lefebvre, sharp angle chance. Mullen standing tall at the top of his crease with that one, making a solid butterfly save.
And you know a guy like Jesse Lefebvre loves to see those pucks, loves to see those stretch passes. He's quick, he's agile, he's able to shoot from those sharp angles, and a couple of chances there. Second one a bit more dangerous than the first as he was tied up by the defender on the first opportunity.
Off the draw, Pereira couldn't quite win the draw. Now Powassan still has possession, though. Back to the blue line, Kratz with it. Kratz winds up, takes the shot. That one hit the goaltender and went wide of the net. Now Dawson trying to feather it back in. He has Mason all over him and couldn't quite get a solid piece of the puck. Now it's Kim with the puck. Kim flips it down the ice. Pereira up for Saginaw. Saginaw couldn't quite hold on to it, though, as Armitage now has it. Armitage with the puck, up for Kim. The goal scorer for Timmins so far. All defensemen in this game, Kim and Roussel. Puck back down the ice, and that'll go for icing against Timmins. So Powassan will get another offensive zone draw. 1:36 left in the second period.
The shot slowly creeping up, but still remaining in the same area. 26-24 in favor of the Voodoos, who have had the last couple of looks here in the second period. We'll see a swap out to the line of boys, Barclay and Landry, to kick things off here.
Off the draw, Roussel has it, plays it back for Kratz. Kratz feathers it forward to the backhand, but it's picked up by Armitage. Now it's Mason on the far side, or on the near side. Mason, shot, it's kicked aside by Champagne. Back to the blue line, Timmins keeps it in. Now on the near side is Secord who keeps it in. Kratz comes away with it, though. Kratz's pass a little bit too hot to handle for Boys. And the puck back down the ice. Roussel with a nice pass back down the ice. Got it to Boys. Boys, who's looked dangerous all game, tried to get it forward to Barclay, but couldn't quite get the pass through the skates of Secord, who did a good job of staying with Boys. Final minute now of the second period. Puck comes away, and Timmins flips it down the ice as they get it to the red line. Kratz will chase after it. Kratz on the near side in his own zone. Plays it up the ice, finds Boys again. Boys leveled by Bouchard. as what a hit thrown by the defender. Paradiso just missing his pass. Barclay down the ice. He gets it to the red line and dumps it in. Boys is going to want to figure out the number of that Mack truck that just hit him. Paradiso, as that was Bouchard, number 55 in your program. Got it to Gray. Gray up for Bradley. Bradley near side for Kupel. Kupel couldn't hold on to it though as Bouchard keeps it in. 15 seconds left in this frame. Caddick with a shot from distance. That's blocked by Gray. Another chance. What a save by Champagne. Oh my goodness. Roll the tape on that one.
The Voodoos get pressured in their own zone with 10.2 seconds remaining in the period. And what a save from Champagne. Kicks the rebound away and then has to get over and makes a massive stretch to snag that. Doesn't only stop it with his glove, but doesn't give up a rebound or a secondary chance and keeps his team in it.
Waiting for a draw here to the blocker side of Champagne. Russo wins it back to the blue line, or to the corner. It's Bagley with it. Bagley looking through his options. He's just going to ride out the rest of this period, and that'll do it here. As the buzzer finally goes, the Voodoos hold a 2-1 lead, in no small part to that big save made by Derek Champagne with 10 seconds left. My goodness, Harrison, your thoughts on a very eventful second period?
Well, a tip of the hat to both goaltenders as they sort of tap blockers on their way off the ice. They both know what a period each of them had. Mullen making a few big saves, and then Derek Champagne, probably his biggest of the game with 10 seconds left in the period. Just a fantastic display of goaltending. A lot more rushing opportunities in this period, a lot more breaks, and just a wicked shot from Dylan Roussel to give the Voodoos the lead. Nothing doing on the power play so far for the home team, but it's enough to keep them in the lead entering the third period.
Ending that period, Ryan Saginaw having a chat with head coach Peter Goulet and assistant coach Trevor Wing, so maybe they're trying to reassess something or figure something out as they wanted to talk to their point leader on the season privately there before going back to the locker room. But we'll be back with more on the other side of the second intermission.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Powassan Sportsplex. I'm Harrison, he's Courtney, and we are sitting at a 2-1 scoreline between the Powassan Voodoos and the Timmins Rock after 40 minutes of play. But there is still 2 more games in the league happening tonight. 3-3 is the score between the Blind River Beavers and the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners with 3 minutes left in the second period left to play there. The Sioux Michigan Eagles have come back from a 1-0 deficit to go up 2-1 early in the second period. In the only other game besides the Blind River one tonight, your goal scorers in this one there's 2. Dylan Roussel opened the goal scoring in the first period for his 10th of the season. Matthew Kim got a power play goal minute 27 into the second period for the Timmins Rock. And then Roussel again with his 11th put the Voodoos up at a 2-1 lead, 12:20 into the second period of play. So we enter the third period, shots tied even at 26-26, Courtney.
Well, of note, you talked about the Beavers Gold Miners game, and if that's a game that has playoff implications, as Blind River has 28 points, Kirkland Lake has 26, the Iroquois Falls Storm in there as well with 26. If you're Kirkland Lake, I know it's still a month left in the season, you do not want that game going to go overtime. You do not want to even give Blind River a point in that game. So that will be interesting to watch as we move on with the night. Blind River, of course, here tomorrow. It'll be myself and Ben Long on the call. We haven't heard Ben Long, and here's my dad joke of the day, a year, as it's been since December since he's been on a broadcast. So it'll be fun to have him on again as well.
And Timmins isn't done this weekend either as they take on the French River Rapids in French River tomorrow as well.
French River looking to get off the schneid a little bit. They only have 9 points on the season, and they're riding quite the losing skid right now. So French River's going to be a motivated team. However, Timmins is going into one of their barns with the best food in the league, I would say. And I know I say that all the time whenever I talk about French River, so but it's true.
And also one of the leagues, one of the rinks in the league with the curling circles as well.
It is, yeah. Them and Sioux Michigan. I thought you were going to say it's one of the rinks of all time, and I was like, yeah, you got that right too.
It is.
As we're getting ready here for the opening draw of the third period, Timmins in what would be their home whites are going left to right. The Voodoos in their alternate black jerseys are going right to left in this third period as Bariana got the puck right off the draw. And now Kim down the ice is quickly Caddick as he blows a tire right away, and we'll see a penalty called. No, it's going to be a tripping call against Powassan right off the hop, 9 seconds into the frame. And it's going to be Jesse Lefebvre who it's going to be Parker Braun Sr. going to, I can't say anyone because I keep going to the bench there. Maybe I should just stop. It's going to be Marcus Kratz serving another penalty.
His second of the game.
Is it his second or technically third?
Technically third, as the initial one was a double minor for kneeing, and then Timmins did score on that one.
Kim off the draw to Bariana. Bariana out front, chance. And that one was tipped by Mason, but it went wide of the net as it hit a body. Kim, good stick by Russo. Russo going for a skate. Russo trying to get a shorthanded break, but Paradiso had a little bit more speed than Russo on that one as Russo looking dangerous shorthanded. Paradiso gains the neutral zone and takes the puck in deep. It's going to be Brown going after it as Brown does get to it. That one hit Bariana's stick and took a weird bounce off the stick and went backwards into the meshing.
19 minutes and 18 seconds remaining, or just a few seconds past in this game, and Timmins not really establishing too much pressure off the hop of their power play.
Signal that the season is coming to a close. Only 6 home games left as well for Powassan. Over the next, we still have 2 months of the season, I suppose, but still 6 home games. That's it. That's all. Sear off the draw. We'll get one tomorrow. As another shot from distance is stopped by Champagne, who did the one thing goaltenders hate to do the most, and that's look behind them.
The last thing you want to do is have to check, and there hasn't been a whole lot of that tonight, aside from the first goal that ended up beating Champagne.
Champagne has been solid all year long. We mentioned earlier off the hop, he got one game or half a game in Kirkland Lake while he was in New Liskeard that we called, and that gave him a roster spot as the Voodoos weren't sure who they were going to have as a goaltender coming into the season. And now his backup in that game is part of the roster as well as Cole Vrugdenhill is playing with the battalion right now with Mike McIver, as we're going to see a penalty called now again for interference, as it's going to be Lucas Lowe who goes. So with 1 minute and 2 seconds left, we'll have 4-on-4 hockey, and that negates the rest of the power play for Timmins.
And Timmins just struggling to get anything going, getting any effective setup in the Powassan zone, and then just an unnecessary penalty just erases what was left of their advantage when they needed to get back.
And remember, Timmins did score their lone goal so far on the power play, so they have been dangerous. They were 1 for 2. Now they're 1 for 3. Off the draw, Saginaw with a chance. Big save made there by Mullen. Now it's Timmins again with possession in their own zone. It's Sear. Far side. Timmins going through with some speed, walking in. Good chance there. That's MacArthur with a stop, and that one is saved by Champagne. As I was saying, his backup from that game, Matthew Lyon, is dressed. I'm sure we'll probably see him tomorrow night against Blind River. From the previous point I was making earlier in the preseason.
Lyon did look good in that game as well.
I'm sure he would have been in a position to make the team until the battalion said, hey, you want to take this Cole Vrugdenhill kid? And he's been pretty okay for them too. Bagley down the ice, off the stick of Pereira and down as he chases after it. He has MacArthur there with him. Pereira back to Roussel. Roussel walks in. Roussel with a shot. That one went wide, as Roussel was just taking all the real estate Timmins was giving to him. As he's a dangerous scorer. I don't know if Timmins wants to do that too often. 10 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Bagley with Sear. Sear still going for a skate. Has the puck going around. Bagley throwing him hard into the boards. Puck is loose, but it's picked up by Bouchard. Bouchard with a shot, and that one's knocked down by Roussel. Voodoo's on a shortened power play, but Bouchard shorthanded. Bouchard takes a shot. That one might have got a piece of Champagne, and it's out of play.
Little miscue at the blue line, as seemed like Roussel kind of blew past his man in the neutral zone, and a little bit of a rush going the other way. So it looks like 50 some odd seconds left in this power play for the Voodoos, try and extend their lead.
Kratz has the puck off the draw. Plays it up for Roussel. Roussel was looking for Rousseau, but now Roussel gets the loose puck back. Plays it back for Pereira. Pereira along the blue line. Back for Boys. Boys back to the blue line for Kratz. Kratz to Boys again. Boys to Kratz with some opening. Kratz makes some space. He scores! Zabumafu, it's Marcus Kratz. His 10th of the season.
And we've seen that move from Marcus Kratz a few times. The second he gets a little bit of space in the high slot, he's able to manipulate the puck, fool defenders into thinking he's going to shoot, get him to go down, make that inside move just to gain a little bit more space, and he takes full advantage of it to extend the Voodoos' lead to 3-1.
Obviously looking the wrong way from the board. I'm not sure if it still came with time on the power play or not. We'll have to see what the announcement is. But again, like you said, Marcus Kratz, we've seen that move before, and we talk about Voodoos who've elevated their games or taken off really since December, and Marcus Kratz fits that mold. Devon Brown knocks the puck down. Gray takes the hit from Mason, but still gets the puck out of the zone. It's a 3-1 Voodoos lead. Down the ice it goes. Gray showed that he was going to go in for a hit with Armitage. Now he picks up the loose puck, plays it to Bond Sr. in the corner. It's past him. Shot from distance, it's a body, comes back out. Hugeson sends it in deep. Armitage chasing after it. Beard gets to it. Beard to Mason. Mason flips it out front. Nice little pass, but it's intercepted by Bond Sr. Got it up for Head. Head sends the puck down. It is announced as a power play goal for Marcus Kratz. So the Voodoos now get their power play marker, and that gives them a bit of a cushion here as Lefebvre falls, and another penalty's coming towards Timmins here as both referees put up their arms. And you know when both referees put up their arms, it's clearly an obvious penalty coming.
They had a clean angle of that as Lefebvre tried to dip away, and the stick just remained in his feet. So a 2-point game so far from Marcus Kratz. He had a secondary assist on the second Roussel goal, and then, of course, the goal tonight. So Kratz now up to 23 assists and 10 goals.
Impressive stuff. The Voodoos have gotten a lot of offense from their blue line this season. Saginaw with a shot. That one hit Bradley and went wide. Now playing at the corner. It's down the ice, but Bagley picks it up in the neutral zone. Bagley quickly cross ice to Dawson. Dawson misplays it, though, and Caddick was on him, but it gets it over to Bagley. Bagley with the puck now. 3 penalties called here in the first 4.5 minutes of this third period. And the Voodoos lead 3-1. Bagley up for Dawson. Dawson plays it to the middle of the ice for Bradley. Bradley tried to flip it towards the net. That one was fanned on, and Kevion gets to it. Kevion sends it down the ice. Bagley chasing after it. And Bagley will pick it up. Bagley going for a skate now with some speed. Braden Bagley. He's sneaky fast. He can burn you. He's taken down hard, and another penalty coming. Bagley's down on the ice. Slow to get up. He's still not getting up. Now we see some more rough stuff after the whistle. As Bradley's in there. And as well, there's Barclay as well. Now we see some gloves come off, and Bradley's helmet is off. Bagley's slow to get up as trainer J.J. Johnson comes out. Bradley pleading his case, showing his helmet. There's a penalty coming on the initial hit to Braden Bagley. And that might be a game, or the rest of the game for whoever that was, as Bradley throws his helmet on the ice. After that, Bradley's definitely going to be sent to the penalty box. Armitage is going as well. We might be a few minutes here trying to tell you all the penalties that we're going to see.
Okay. Most definitely some sort of hit from behind on the initial contact, and then some sort of roughing, fighting, some combination of the sort. As we see a conglomerate of stripes around the scoring box right now.
Right now it's 1 Voodoo in the box. That's Heath Bradley. And it's 2 Rock in the box. Of course, there was the initial penalty to Secord. The Voodoos are already on the power play. And they also have now in the box Ryan Armitage. And now the referees are discussing how it's going to go with scorekeeper Jeremy Love. 15:04 on the clock. The Voodoos have already pounced on a power play this period, making it 3-1. All goals scored by defensemen in this one so far. All 4 goals in this game.
It's not often you see that, especially on teams that have so many effective weapons up front.
Well, I mentioned it earlier, the offense from defenseman Marcus Kratz has 32 points. Braden Bagley has 30 points. Dylan Roussel is up to 28. Whereas years before, and even Ben Jasoni has 16, and they're all assists in 36 games. Years before, it was Alex Little and nothing when it came to points. So, well, I mean, they've had a few breakout stars. Marcus Kratz did come over last year and proved pretty important to this Voodoos team as he's come back for his last season of junior eligibility. He will be going to school next year. As now there's another 2 minutes on the board for Timmins, and that's all that's there right now. But when you have 4 defensemen who can get points for you, they can hurt you in many ways.
It's effective. You can swap those out. You can just keep the pressure going when you've had sustained zone time, and we've seen that in a few instances in this game. The primary scoring pair obviously being Kratz and Roussel, but then you get Bagley. When you get guys like Ben Jasoni can move the puck really effectively, so much so we actually saw him on the 4th forward line at one point this season. So a lot of...
He'll argue with us, but Jackson Marnell can get some scoring opportunities too when he's on the ice. Also Bruce Gray, who they just got in a trade of 16 points. And now we see Kevion go into the box. So the Voodoos will have a 5-on-3 here. And it's Roussel off the draw. Plays it back to Kratz. Kratz, who just scored a power play goal. Walking the line. Plays it back for Boys. Boys to Kratz. Far side now for Pereira. Pereira Walks the line, leaves it for Kratz. Kratz walks in, takes the shot, saved by Mullen. Rebound, they score! It's a hat trick for Dylan Roussel! 4-1. Throw him if you got him. Number 27, 3 goals in this game.
And what a combination of what we saw from Kratz earlier, just moments ago, goes for that inside move, but instead gets the puck to Roussel, and he does what he does very well. He rips it home and beats Mullen cleanly. And the Voodoos are still on the power play.
That's his 12th of the season. And don't look now, Dylan Roussel's climbing up the goal-scoring chart here for Powassan. And also, as we mentioned, defenseman scoring. All 5 goals in this game scored by defensemen. Pereira on the far side. As we can get an update now, hopefully online, of all the penalties. I heard Bradley roughing, and that's about all I heard. Kratz with the puck in his own zone. The only goal scorer tonight not named Dylan Roussel for Powassan is Pereira. Just avoided a big hit there, keeps the puck in, plays it to Boys. Now back for Kratz. Kratz for Boys.
Number 27, Dylan Roussel.
Boys leaves it for Roussel. Kratz. Back for Boys. Back to Kratz again. Kratz walks in on the near side. Back for Roussel. Roussel leaves it for Kratz again. Kratz tried to play it out front for Roussel. His pass is picked off by Timmins. And Timmins is just going to try and kill some time here. It's Caddick. Now Russo comes away with it. Russo walks in. Russo for Dawson. Back for Lefebvre. Lefebvre leaves it for Dawson to Bagley. Bagley takes a shot from distance. Mullen made the save. Lefebvre came in for the rebound chance. Now it's Pereira. Pereira takes the shot. That one hits the glass and goes around. And down the ice it goes. Dawson gets beat by Beard on the way back down. And now Dawson's going to take a penalty. As there's a delayed penalty here, Timmins will get their first power play since early in the period. Puck down the ice as Bagley would get to it first, so they blow it dead. And Powassan struck on their power plays, getting 2 goals this period on the power plays. And now Timmins will get another shot on their power play.
Sort of an unnecessary penalty take from Dawson. Kind of hooks the guy up high. You just come off of extending your lead to 3. You're running with the momentum. Not the time of the game to be taking something like that when you beat your man into the corner.
We'll get your the calls here in a minute, Harrison.
Yeah, waiting for them to load up still.
Oh, okay. As the puck is quickly in deep. Dawson is one of the regular penalty killers on this team. Low with the puck near side. Hamlin with a shot. And Champagne made a big save of that one going into the corner. Now playing it in deep again. Low, good chance, good stick by Brown, and the puck goes down the ice. And MacArthur will have to collect it in his own zone. MacArthur going for a skate. MacArthur with speed through the neutral zone. Cuts to the middle. And now he's knocked down. Kupel as well. As a couple of bodies go flying. Puck still loose there. Kupel still battling for it. Wills it forward, gets it out. Now it's Head. Head gains the red line, takes a shot from distance. Mullen will just play it down. Going the other way. Low with speed, loses it. Jasoni picks it up. And Jasoni will flick that one down the ice as that one came within a foot of touching the ceiling. Now playing it is Paradiso. Paradiso loses it. Head had a chance. Save made by Mullen. And his Owen Head was in tight. Owen Head, he's been a revelation too when it comes to rookies on this team. 19 points in 36 games for Powassan. 30 seconds on the power play for Timmins. Kim couldn't hold the line. Head chasing after him. Puck is loose for a moment. Pereira was there to pounce. And now Pereira gets the loose puck and sends it down the ice. Mullen out to play it. 20 seconds left on the man advantage. Up the ice it goes. Barriana with the puck. Barriana. Roussel battling with it. Now it's Landry who gets a piece of it and sends it down the ice. And that should kill off this penalty to Caleb Dawson, and it will. We're back to 5-on-5. as Dawson steps back on the ice. Puck played out front. Kratz gets to it, and now Dawson is in a foot race. Mullen out to get to it first. Mullen plays it on the far side, as that could have been a dangerous play, as Kratz just sent it down the ice looking for Dawson out of the box. Now coming in, Timmins again. Good chance. That one just went wide. Now it's picked up again by the Voodoos. Anthony Boyes, who's looked dangerous tonight but hasn't been rewarded with a goal, feathers it over to Kratz. And now the puck comes around on the near side. Bouchard and Dawson collide. Still battling for it on the near side. In the corner in Timmins territory. Landry. Almost 10 minutes gone here in this third period. Landry. Puck comes loose. Landry trying to get a piece of it. They can't. Timmins going the other way. And that's Mason. Mason. Far side. His pass just out of the reach of Paradiso. His sharp angle chance is blocked before it can get to the net. Landry. Dawson. Dawson sending it down. Etheridge plays it to Bouchard. Bouchard twists back, plays it back for Bagley. Bagley behind his net. Looks up ice, finds Lefebvre. Lefebvre stops up, loses the puck though. Timmins going the other way. It's picked up by Jasoni. He quickly lost it though, and Timmins picks it back up. Bonsignor flipping it down the ice. He was looking for Lefebvre. Picked off by Power. Now Jasoni. Down the ice in the near side half wall. Head. Still battling for it. Head. Gets the puck. Chips it down the ice. That one's picked up by Kevion. He plays it back for Power. Now on the far side it's Etheridge. Takes a shot from distance. That one goes wide. Kevion takes another sharp angle chance. That one's turned aside by Champagne. Puck flipped down the ice into Timmins territory. Kim has the puck. Both teams at 30 or more shots now. Voodoos at 33, Timmins at 30. And now Dawson with the puck on the offense. Pereira stops up. Still battling for it. He's taken off the puck by Kim. Now Barriana coming away with it. Barriana takes a hard hit from Roussel. And now Kratz plays it up for Pereira. Pereira going for a skate. Pereira tried to feather it through the legs of the Rock defender. It's Hugesson. Now Roussel plays it up the ice. Gets it to Saginaw. Saginaw flips it down the ice. Paradiso gets to it. And it's flipped back in by Timmins. Barriana with the puck. Now it's Roussel. Roussel sending it down the ice. It's off Hugesson's helmet, as he didn't see it as he was skating back for it. Now Pereira has it in the Timmins corner. Pereira battling with his man, lost it as Caddick got to it. And the puck comes loose. Bagley will get to it in the neutral zone and dump it right back in. Voodoos will go for a change. Landry chasing after it. Landry throws a hit. 7.5 minutes. Caddick with the puck. Chasing after it again. Brown in his own zone. Stops up. Bagley gets to it. Time slowly becoming an enemy now of Timmins. Dumping it in. Champagne went out to play it. He thought better of it with Brown there. Brown leaves it for Bagley. Bagley. Down the ice it goes. Landry. Couldn't quite get a hold of it. Now Boyes nearly got away with it. Another hard hit thrown on Landry. Hamlin down the ice, but it's picked up Gray. He's able to flip that back down the ice. Now it's Hamlin again. Hamlin walks in. Sharp angle chance, stopped by Gray. Another chance out front. That one flipped behind the net, as that was low. Jasoni comes away with the puck. Jasoni up for Landry. Landry back for Gray. Gray to Jasoni. Jasoni going for a skate. He takes a hard hit, and he's knocked down. Now Boyes flips it back in. Bouchard has the puck now behind his net. Bouchard comes away and sends it down the ice. Now it's picked up by Roussel. Roussel going for a skate. Dylan Roussel, another chance. That one went high and off the back of the arena as Roussel was looking for 4. But we'll be back, or would you rather
I was going to
let you go.
break down the power plays.
We might as well right here, and then we'll go through the out-of-town scoreboard. We usually take a mid-period break, but we're going to put Harrison to some overtime work here.
Yeah, so we finally got that string of penalties in. We had Armitage charged with roughing, Jack Kevion charged with boarding, and then Heath Bradley got the other roughing call that led us to the additional penalties. And it hasn't quite updated yet, but I believe Caleb Dawson was charged with high sticking. So we still have Dylan Roussel as the goal scorer, but again, the assists haven't quite updated for that, but we know almost certainly that Marcus Kratz will be getting the primary on that one. So leading 33-30 on the shot clock and 4-1 on the scoreboard. It's been a fantastic pace from the Voodoos so far, Courtney.
How are we looking out of town, Harrison? We'll give one last tour around the NOJHL.
Well, we were talking about the Sioux Eagles coming back and taking a lead. They're now at 5-1 over the Sioux Thunderbirds with 5 minutes left in the second period. And just 2 minutes into the third period, the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners lead the Blind River Beavers 4-3.
Off the draws, we're back underway here. Again, Powassan leads 4-1. Beard has the puck going for a skate. He's lined up by Roussel. Roussel throws a hard hit. Kratz battling for it again in the corner. Coming away with it is Lefebvre. Lefebvre leaves it for Kratz. Kratz going for a skate. He's knocked off the puck, though. Now he gets it back. Kratz out front nearly had Bond Sr. on the doorstep, but his stick was tied up. Now Beard flips it right back in, right past Roussel. And battling in the corner now. Hard hit thrown. Beard still battling for it. Roussel in there. Kratz in there as well. Both Voodoos defenders as the puck is knocked into the boards and just held there as the Voodoos are going to kill all the time that they can. 5:20 on the clock. Still no call coming from the referee. Letting it go. Everyone wanting them to blow the whistle here, but the referees aren't. As the puck still underneath Beard. 5 minutes now, almost 20 holes, 25 seconds have gone on this clock as the puck's still down, and now Kratz is hurt and on the ice. Marcus Kratz slow to get up, and finally the whistle blows, and that's a play that doesn't happen if you don't let the play go for 20 seconds with it underneath everyone. Marcus Kratz still slow to get up. Almost 30 seconds went by with the puck against the boards, and now Marcus Kratz is slow to get up.
It is not often you see a stock puck stay uncalled for that long.
Kratz skating slowly back to the bench. Hopefully you can see him return. He looks like he's okay. But that, again, that's something that doesn't happen if the referee blows the whistle like they usually do.
4:56 in this game, and time ticking away for Timmins.
Pereira off the draw, wins it back. Bagley gets to it in the corner, plays it around on the far side. It's kept in by Timmins as it's flipped back in. Still battling along the end wall. Coming away with it is Timmins, though. Bagley came away with it briefly. Now Pereira plays it up for Dawson. That one hopped away from him. Puck sent back in. Brown up for Dawson. Dawson backhands it down the ice. Bouchard is going after it with Pereira right there. Now it's Saginaw on the far side in Timmins territory. Saginaw tried to throw it towards the net, and that one's blocked. Now it's Brown. Brown's pass missed Pereira, and they're going to say no icing. Bouchard put up his hand, wondering why. Now Power up for his man. Down the ice it goes. Gray left it for Jasoni. Jasoni missed his man. They're still going to say no icing. Bouchard again protesting. Bouchard behind the net. Under 4 minutes left. Kratz has gone off to the locker room now. Hopefully he can come back. Bouchard skates it in. Bouchard takes a shot. That one hit a body. And now Boys going the other way. Boys walks in, takes a shot. That one's off the side of the net. And now Barclay with it. Barclay nearly lost it. He did, but he got it back. Now Landry battling for it with Bouchard along the end wall. Puck still tied there. Landry Takes a high knock from Bouchard. Bouchard knocks the helmet off Landry's head. Nothing coming on that one. Puck the other way. Jasoni going for a skate. Jasoni gains the red line, flips it down. Puck back in to Timmins territory. Out front of the net they go. It's a big chance there. Turned aside off Bonsignor. And now Timmins coming back the other way. It's Paradiso. Paradiso. Sharp angle chance. That one's off the boards now. Another chance. Champagne as the puck bounced out almost perfectly to Barriana. And he just put that one wide. Champagne lost a stick. He gets it back. Puck back around the end wall. Coming out. Out front. Barriana all alone. He put that one wide as well. 2:30 left. Timmins getting a couple of good chances here. Roussel coming away with the puck. He's going to flip it down the ice. He was looking for Lefebvre. Lefebvre throws a hit. And Timmins sends the puck out of their zone. Flipping it right back down the ice, that's Pereira. And now we see Bonsignor out here. Off the glass it goes, in deep. Bagley throws a hit. Back the other way. Roussel throwing a hit as well. As Bagley's out here filling in for the injured Kratz. Now Kadek, he falls to the ice. Pereira off for a skate. Pereira with some speed. Looking cross ice, he gets Saginaw, and he's robbed by Mullen. Ryan Saginaw looking to get goal number 24, and Aiden Mullen said not tonight. Now Power the other way. Jasoni holds his man to the boards, and it's picked up by Pereira. Pereira up for Dawson. Dawson, he has his man all over him. And the puck is loose. Saginaw picks it up. Saginaw walks in. Ryan Saginaw with a shot. Mullen with another big save on that. And the puck is loose into the neutral zone. Roussel with a good stick knocks it down far, but Power picks it right back up. Power walks in, takes a shot. That one high and off the glass. Timmins still with possession. Another sharp angle chance. And Champagne got a piece of that. And threw that one into the corner, but somehow it stayed in play. Now Roussel. The final minute here. Roussel throws the puck cross ice into the Timmins zone, and we'll go for a line change. Something tells me we'll be seeing Dylan Roussels on the stars of the game list. Now Brown. Cross ice for Lefebvre. Lefebvre throwing a hit. Bagley in there as well. 35 seconds left as the puck is down and loose along the half wall on the far side. Mason powers his way through. Now Bonsignor gets to it. Bonsignor. Down the ice it goes. Lefebvre will chase after it, but Bouchard will get to it. Kevion for Lefebvre. Lefebvre kept it in briefly. And now we're going to see a penalty called here against Timmins. 17.5 seconds left on the clock, sorry.
Look like charging will be the call handed out here against Nolan Mason. And not that they need it at this point of the game, but 2 minutes on the board for the Voodoos. 17.5 in the game. And the Voodoos have done an excellent job at just shutting down Timmins in the neutral zone and along the blue line. Timmins hasn't had a heck of a lot entering the Voodoo zone in the last roughly 15 minutes of play.
14 seconds now. Make it 10. Bagley with the puck. He's just going to retreat into his own zone. Beard is there. And that'll do it here. The Voodoos are going to skate to a 4-1 victory over the Timmins Rock in front of an appreciative crowd here. The Voodoos ended the winning streak of Timmins on January 20th. And the Voodoos win another one here, 4-1 on the Timmins Rock. A hard-fought victory for the Voodoos here, as every point matters in the standings. Harrison, your thoughts on that one?
The Voodoos scoring 4 goals, especially 3 out of the hand of Roussel and then 1 by Marcus Kratz, it's exactly what you want offensively. They're generated off of quick puck moving plays, just really effective offensively. But I think the real story of this game is how they played defensively. They neutralized Timmins in the neutral zone at the blue line along the boards. They didn't get hemmed in too long. They played smart, They played fairly disciplined despite a couple of penalties here and there, and it was just a really hard-fought 60 minutes of full effort from the Voodoos.
Big 2 points, as you big 2 points indeed for Powassan there. That's going to be an interesting one. All 5 goal scorers in this one, defensemen. You don't see that very often. Again, Derek Champagne, unbelievable for Powassan, is the 3rd star from the Voodoos. Derek Champagne, I guess 30 saves on 31 shots, only garnering a 3rd star, but hey, he'll be happy to skate that one off, as he's been absolutely fantastic for the Voodoos this year. 2nd star, Marcus Kratz, who's not able to come out as he went off with an injury, as he looked great again. And of course, who's the 1st star of the game, Harrison? Is number 27, Dylan Roussel.
Number 27 getting goals, number 10, 11, and 12.
What a great game from this young defender.
And just everything that he does well, he did well tonight. He made space, he got in those open areas, and he fired a lot of shots, but he also played really solidly defensively and allowed his team to stay at this 4-1 lead.
A couple of big hits as well thrown by him and Marcus Kratz, and then Anthony Boyce taking a lot of abuse at the end of the second period too. We are here, one last look at around the league. Kirkland Lake has now tied things up. Our Blind Rivers tied things up. I can't remember who's ahead, and that's my bad. 4-4.
It was Kirkland Lake.
Okay, 13 minutes left in the third. It's 4-4. Sioux, Michigan, really taking it to their Canadian counterparts, the Sioux Thunderbirds, 6-1 right now at the start of the third period in that one. Again, the Voodoos come away with a 4-1 win here. Big one against the Timmins Rock. Harrison, I'll let you get your final words in.
Now up to 51 points once the scoreboard updates, within 2 points of the Hearst Lumberjacks. Hearst will still have a game in hand, but a big way to kick off this game one of a back-to-back here for the Voodoos. So they'll take on the Blind River Beavers tomorrow, who will be hashing things out for another at least 12 minutes with the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners.
Big one indeed. We'll be back, like you said, tomorrow. It'll be myself and Ben Long on the call. Can't wait for you to join us here at the Powassan Sportsplex once again. I'm Courtney Kenny. He's Harrison Clements. And, of course, happy birthday to our camera operator, Mike Brown. And we'll be back with more Voodoos hockey tomorrow from the Sportsplex.